ලියන්න මෙහෙම theory 10 theory 10 theory 10 write like this මෙහෙම ලියන්න coordinates of a point on the straight line coordinates of a point on the straight line coordinates of a point on the straight line satisfies the equation of a straight line coordinates of a point on the straight line satisfies the equation of a straight line satisfies the equation of a straight line the equation of a straight line satisfies the equation of a straight line. Now here see, listen, let's take a pair of straight line segments like this. I'll take a point intersection point එක මම ගන්නම් capital B කියලා and this is 0,5 කියලා මම අරගන්නම්. Okay, so we'll take this straight line segment as L1, we'll take this straight line segment as L2, and I'm going to take the gradient of the L1 straight line segment as M1. We'll take it as half. මෙයාගේ gradient එක අපි අරගන්න half කියලා ගන්න එපා. We'll take a point මෙතන on L2 I'll take a point minus 1,3 and on L2 we'll take a point 2,3 ඔහොම ගමුකෝ just to give you an idea එකක් දෙන්න විතරයි ඕනේ okay I'm just randomly selecting an example so I want to calculate the equation listen carefully equation of L1 listen equation of L1 how to calculate the equation of L1 if you take only the L1 straight line segment what can you see Puta B is a common point for both L1 both L2 and L1 main common nekik if it is a common point then this one is 0,5 මෙතන ඉන්නවා 2,3 here we have 2,3 2,3 හරිද 2,3 listen carefully I need to calculate the equation or find the equation how do we compute it we know if two coordinates are known we can calculate the gradient using this and we can calculate the same gradient by considering a general coordinate x comma y එහෙනම් difference of y coordinates 5 minus 3 divided by difference of x coordinate 0 minus 2 is equals to you can consider this x comma y with 2,3 or x comma y with 0,5 any you can consider any two pairs because if you go through the theories we discussed previously I told you it can be any pair you are selecting කවුරු හරි දෙන්නෙක් කමන්නේ on the straight line segment if you select any two points and two pairs of coordinates එහෙම ගත්තොත් මොකෝ වෙන්නේ the gradient is going to be a constant why because on a straight line segment gradient doesn't change it's a uniform value fixed value on the straight line segment everywhere the gradient is a fixed value gradient එක fixed value එකක් so now I can select this one and this one or this one and this one so මෙතන 0 ඉන්න හින්දා simplifications lazy නේ so I select this difference of y coordinates y minus 5 over difference of x coordinates x minus 0 so 5 minus 3 is 2 0 minus 2 is minus 2 2 minus 2 equals 2 divided by minus 2 is minus 1 this equals to y minus 5 over x do a cross multiplication we will get, this is not an equal sign, this is an arrowhead, okay? Implies keen idea. If you do a cross multiplication, minus x is equals to y minus 5. So I will take all the terms to one side and make this as a standard equation. So you will get x plus y minus 5 equals to 0. I'm taking minus x to the other side, this side 0 karna. So x plus y minus 5 is equals to 0. So we'll take it as first equation or as equation of L1. So make a L1 wala equation, so we can use this notation na. Mokadda aluth katawak kiwwa. L1 is the name that L1 is the straight line. A straight line equation is this. So we can use this notation to writing purposes. L1 එක equation එක දෙනවා කියන idea එක. Okay, L1's equation is given by L1's equation is given by කියන එකට තමයි these three lines we can use. Congruence වලට විතරක් නෙවෙයි. Same as that, let's calculate the equation of L2. So L2 straight line segment is here. We have 0, 5 point, which is capital B, and another point minus 1, 3. We need to calculate the equation. You can consider any general point. It can be any point on this straight line. So difference of y coordinates 5 minus 3 divided by difference of x coordinates 0 minus 1. 5 minus 3, 0 minus 1. This is equals to difference of y coordinates. I'll consider this y minus 5 over x minus 0. Right. So what do we get? 5 minus 3 is 2. Minus into minus plus. 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. 2 divided by 1 is 2. Y minus 5 over x. Do a cross multiplication. 2x equals to y minus 5. Now take all the terms to one side. So I'll keep the coefficient of x term plus තියාගෙන කරන්න. 2x minus y plus 5 is equals to 0. This is the equation of L2. L2 වල equation එක. So here inside the theory, some important things are notations, ideas also I'm giving, because in exam papers you can see these things. ඔහොම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. L2 equation is given by කියන idea එකයි. Okay. So these are the two equations we have. Right. දැන් අහන් ඉන්න. පුතා, coordinates on the straight line satisfies the equation of the straight line. Coordinates on the straight line satisfies the equation of the straight line. මොකක්ද this satisfies means? Right. Here see. If I take the L1 straight line segment, නිදා ගන්න එපා. නිදි මරකාතේ ඉන්නේ සෙට් එක. දවල්ට කාලේ වැඩිද? If I take the L1 straight line segment, x plus y minus 5 equal to 0. මෙහෙම අර the beginning එකේ තිබ්බ මේක තියෙනවා. Obviously පුතා, at a stretch 10 hours කියන්නේ lazy නෑ. Right? Lazy නෑ ඉතින්. But in donor, because 26 batch එකේ කට්ටිය ඉන්න බැරි කමක් නෑ, because you were already there with me for 13 hours 16 hours session වල ඉඳලා තියෙනවනේ. දැන් ඔයාලා නම් හිටියේ නෑ දවස් මගේ class එකේ. So when I started commandments, එයාලට 13 hours seminars එහෙම දාලා තියෙනවා එක දිගට. Right? ඒකත් පොය one of the poor days no. So එතකොට මෙච්චර promotion කරලා ලොකුවට කරපුවේ නෑ. මගේ පන්තියුන් ටික විතරක් දාලා ලස්සනට කරපුවා මේ session එක. So you all have to, I think online students also was there. Then ඉන්න බැරි ගමන් නෑ. So the thing is පුතා, when I did that session, okay, for 26 batch, අපිට තිබ්බ පන්ති කාමරේ පුතා පුටුවත් අවුල්. හරි. fan තියෙන්නේ. No AC, it's window AC. දොර ඇරියන යන ජනේල ඇරියන නම් හුලං Brightex එකේ. Okay. So now you have the AC, you know. Usually දවල් කෑම කෑවෙන් පස්සේ AC එකට ආවම නිදිමත හැදෙනවා. Right? The university lectures යන දවස්වල දවල් එකට lectures 12 to 1 lunch time ටක් ගාලා කාලා lectures යනවා. වාඩි වෙලා ඉඳිද්දි බුදි. ඒස උගන්න ෆූරිය සීරීස් ඔයාලා දන්නේ මැත්ස් වල තියෙන ෆූරිය සීරීස් උගන්නන මෙහෙමම බුදි ඒක එහෙම තමයි so sometimes I don't eat lunch because obviously in lectures I will sleep so ඒකයි ඔයාලට කිව්වේ මේ ෆුඩ් අරන් එන්න ගියාම පොඩ්ඩක් හිතන්න පැය 10ක් ඉනවා කෑවොත් නිදා ගන්නවා කියලා ලයින් එකක් තියෙනවා නම් පොඩ්ඩක් කන්ට්‍රෝල් so for the whole day මම තේ බිව්වේ නෑ මම දන්නවා තේ බිව්වොත් මට අර සීනි වැඩි වුණ ටික වෙලාවකට අමාරුයි අර එනර්ජි එකක් එන්නේ නැහැ ළමයි සීනි වැඩි වුණොත් අමාරුයි so තේ බිව්වේ නෑ so since morning water glass දෙකක් බිව්වා ඊට පස්සේ මේකෙන් වතුර ටිකක් බිව්වා when I give you the break only අර මේ අනිත් සර් ඇවිල්ලා මේ බන් එකකුයි රෝල් එක වරන් තිබ්බා ඒක කාලා ආවේ because have to teach no කතා කරද්දි හුස්ම ගන්නවා හයි so I won't be able to teach if I eat a lot so මට ඒ ඩිසිප්ලින් එක තියෙනවා උඹලත් පොඩ්ඩක් ඒ ඩිසිප්ලින් එක මේන්ටේන් කරන්න ඕන I have to somehow stay for 10 hours කියන එක තියෙනවානේ so බත් කෑවට කමක් නැහැ හැබැයි ඒක අඩුවෙන් කනවා ලෙවල් එකකින් right however දැන් කාලා ඉවරයි නේ පුතා දැන් මුකුත් කරන්න බෑ right now you can't do anything now what we have to do is somehow keep up with this and do ඕනේ AC එක චුට්ටක් අඩු කරන්න online students අවුලක් නැහැ නේ පුතා උඹලා කොහොමත් වාඩි වෙලා ඉන්න දැන්නේ right so on the straight line L1 what are the points we have 0, 5 and another point 2, 3 are on L1 what's the theory the equation is satisfied by the coordinates of the points on that particular straight line a straight line එකේ තියෙන point එක coordinate satisfies means puta if I take the left hand side of the equation and right hand side of the equation satisfies means when we substitute these values whatever the value you simplify and get from here must be equals to the right hand side value basically substitute කරාම මේ පැත්ත 0 න 0 වෙන්න let's see so 0, 5 in L1 what is it left hand side if you take 0 plus y coordinate is 5 minus 5 මොකක්ද දෙන්නේ 0 minus 5 minus 5 0 0 this is RHS then 2, 3 bana in L1 left hand side expression is 2 3 2 plus y is 3 minus 5 is equals to 2 plus 3 is 5 minus 5 is 0 that is our right hand side expression again if you substitute the values or substitute the coordinates of a point on the straight line to the equation of the straight line it satisfies ඒක verify කරන්න ඕනනම් we can try to substitute a coordinate which is not on that straight line but from a different straight line වෙන කොහෙන් හරි උස්සලා මම මේක substitute කරන්න let's try to substitute minus 1, 3 in L1 so minus 1, 3 minus 5 what is this left hand side expression what is this minus 1 minus 5 minus 6 plus 3 is equals to minus 3 this is not equals to the right hand side expression so when you substitute a value which is not on the straight line substitute a coordinate L1 එක උඩ නෙවෙයි move ඉන්නේ so this one will not satisfy this equation this one will not satisfy the equation of this straight line you can do the same analysis for L2 and C L2 එකටත් ඕන නම් do the same analysis what are the points on L2 0, 5 minus 1, 3 these are points on the L2 you can substitute the values and see equation of L2 will be satisfied and substitute this coordinate in L2's equation and see it will not satisfy okay what's the conclusion equation of a straight line is satisfied by the coordinates of points on the straight line on that straight line Hari other than that if you substitute any other coordinate of points which is not on the straight line is not going to substitute the equation of the straight line right so Daggala theory 10 එකේ draw this one develop the two equations and do this working quickly and then I'll give you the note do this working and then I'll give you the note තප්පර 30ක් දෙන්න 1 minute maximum පුතා quickly finish it වෙලාව යනවා හොගාලා මම මේ බයින් ඉන්නේ කොහෙද මේක ඉවර කරලා මට පාස් පේපර් කරන්නත් ඕනේ right ඉවරද put a star mark and write below that put a star mark and write below that put a star mark and write below that after those calculations put a star mark and write equation of a straight line equation of a straight line satisfies the equation of a straight line satisfied by equation of a straight line is satisfied by the coordinates of a point by the coordinates of a point satisfied by the coordinates of a point selected from the straight line selected from the straight line any point's coordinate sorry imagine right coordinates of any point that is not on the straight line will not satisfy the equation of the straight line that was theory 10 no yeah ඉවර කරන්නකෝ ඔක I'll give you 1 minute පුතා ඉක්මනට කරන්න ඕන මෙතන ලියා ගන්න this satisfies the equation මේක does not satisfy the equation theory 11 එක පොඩි එකක් theory 11 straight lines parallel to x-axis and y-axis straight lines parallel to x-axis and straight lines parallel to y-axis එහෙම ලියන්න straight lines parallel to x-axis and straight lines parallel to y-axis straight lines parallel to x-axis and straight lines parallel to y-axis theory 11 straight lines parallel to x-axis and straight lines parallel to y-axis so let's take a xy coordinates plane origin listen through 1 on the y-axis I am drawing a straight line segment parallel to the x-axis which means the gradient is 0 මෙතන ගත්තොත් I am taking another straight line through 2 of the y-axis parallel to the x-axis through 3 of the y-axis parallel to the x-axis minus side එකනොත් එහෙමයි I'll take minus 2 Parallel to the x-axis. All of these are parallel to x-axis. Parallel to the x-axis. So how about the coordinates of the points here? If I take a point metana puta, it can have a x coordinate. It can have a x coordinate. How about the y coordinate? Whatever the x coordinate is, y coordinate is 3, no? Hey, any point here corresponds to the y coordinate 3. Any point here corresponds to y coordinate 2. Any point here corresponds to y coordinate 1. Any point here corresponds to y coordinate 0. Any point on this one corresponds to the y coordinate minus 2. Mona point whatever the point we select here, or as whatever the point that we select on a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis, y coordinate is a constant. What is that y coordinate? මෙන්න මෙතන තියෙන value එක. So, since the y coordinate doesn't change, x coordinate changes, y coordinate doesn't change. And if you do the calculations and derive the equation of the straight line, I'm not going to derive it. You will see, Puta, equation is going to be y equals to 3. Meyage equation is y equals to 2. This one's equation is y equals to 1. X-axis means y equals to 0. Y coordinate is 0. Any point select and see. It has a x coordinate. Y coordinate is 0. Move. Y equals to minus 2. If we take a straight line segment parallel to the x-axis, that one is actually named as a y coordinate. Y equals to minus 2. It's a straight line segment. Y equals to 1. Kawuda me y equals to 3. The straight line segment passes through 0, 3 point. What's the coordinate here? Coordinate is 0, 3, no? What's the coordinate here? 0, 2, 0, 1. This is 0, 0. What's the coordinate here? This is 0, minus 2. A point. So if I select this one and try to explain, what it will be? What is y equals to 1 straight line? Y equals to 1 straight line kiyanne, the straight line that is parallel to the x-axis passes through 0, 1 point. Y equals to minus 2 straight line kiyanne the straight line that is parallel to the x-axis. Y equals to minus 2. Y are parallel to x-axis, okay? Not parallel to y-axis. Parallel to x-axis passes through 0, minus 2 point. Y equals to 3. What is that? A straight line. The straight line that passes through 0, 3 point parallel to the x-axis. That's how we define this. Quickly draw this. Quickly draw this. Below this one, right? Y equals to 3. Y equals to 3 is the straight line passes through. Is the straight line passes through 0, 3. You have to write coordinate inside the bracket. Passes through 0, 3 point and parallel to x-axis and parallel to x-axis and parallel to x-axis, parallel to x-axis. Y equals to minus 2. I'll give you a few examples. Y equals to minus 2. Separately write. Venomally anything. Separately write. Y equals to minus 2 is the straight line that passes through 0, minus 2 point. y equals to minus 2 is the straight line that passes through 0 comma minus 2 point and parallel to x-axis and parallel to x-axis. Right, the next point, y equals to 1, y equals to 1, y equals to 1 is the straight line, y equals to 1 is the straight line, y equals to 1 is the straight line that passes through the point 0 comma 1, that passes through the point 0 comma 1 and parallel to x-axis and parallel to x-axis. Right, here see, so if we take the x-axis and y-axis, we can have parallel lines to y-axis. We can have straight lines which are parallel to the y-axis through minus 1, 1, 2, 5. I'm just randomly taking. If I take the coordinate here, x coordinate is minus 1, y coordinate is 0. X coordinate is 1, y coordinate is 0, x coordinate is 2, y coordinate is 0, x coordinate is 5, y coordinate is 0. So you can select any point on this straight line and see x coordinate doesn't change, but y coordinate will change. X coordinate won't change. X coordinate is a constant. In here, if you select a point at this point, the x coordinate is 1, y coordinate is a different value. So, x equals to minus 1, x coordinate change when if you want, you can derive and take it. This x equals to 1, this x equals to 2, this x equals to 5. So remember, x equals to 1 means it's actually a vertical line, not a horizontal line. Y equals to 1 it's a horizontal line, not a vertical line. Okay, right. Draw this and quickly write down some sentences that we wrote for this one. Are points quickly, make it quick, make it quick. Sir, when will give the next break? Break. I'll give you the next break around time. After we finish theory 16, you're now in. Now theory 11. No? Right. Put a star mark and write below this one. X equals to minus 1 is the straight line. X equals to minus 1 is the straight line. X equals to minus 1 is the straight line that passes through the point, minus 1 comma 0, that passes through the point minus 1 comma 0 and parallel to y-axis and parallel to y-axis and parallel to y-axis, parallel to y-axis, parallel to y-axis. Hurry. Separately, right? X equals to 5 is the straight line. 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 X equals to 5 is the straight line that passes through 5 comma 0 and parallel to 5 comma 0, that passes through the point 5 comma 0 and parallel to y-axis and parallel to y-axis